All right, topping off this week's episode of This, That, and Third in entertainment, Drake, where you at?
Where you at?
Where your ass was at when I was traveling? Where you at, bro? Drake.
We're waiting.
Drake. Fuck you at, bro.
For real.
For those of y'all that don't know, Reese, please inform the people what's going on with Drake and Push.
Okay, so I didn't know at first. I saw somebody asked a question on Facebook and said, "Who do you prefer, Pusha T or Drake?"
Right, I was like,
and
why?
I said, "Who's Pusha T again?" Drake's hot
I
right
had
now.
to wake her up real quick.
Then he reminded me of all the oldie bagoldies. Right?
What happened to that boy?
Right. Still didn't know. So finally, I heard the diss Drake did, and I heard the diss Pusha T did. Mm-hmm. It was good, right? It was
nice,
really good.
Quality shots.
But I still have faith in my
In your
Drake.
Drizzy?
I do. I think that he'll come back with something. Okay, but did you notice? Did you see he posted a paragraph on his IG stories because
Who?
Drake.
Okay.
Because he had pictures of the blackface. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay, I was confused, didn't know what that was, but that was from a few years ago.
Why was that from a few years ago? Why did he do that?
During his acting days, right? They were
Degrassi shit?
Yeah, they were doing something. It was him and his best friend at the time, working on something.
Friends! How many of us have them? Shit. His friend made him do that?
Not that he made him, but they were doing something together, right? Something for a project. It was not to be made fun of and all that kind of stuff. So he did acknowledge that, and he talked about that. But everybody's like, okay, yeah, we understand that. What's up with the diss? Where's your rebuttal?
Get back to it. Get back to it.
Yeah.
And what, did he issue a sentence on that?
Anything.
Nothing.
We haven't heard nothing.
No release on that. No. And this is my thing. So for those that don't know, Pusha T is a drug-dealing ass rapper that writes his own rhymes and is very lyrical. He signed to good music. He fucks with Kanye. His twin brother and him made up the group The Clips. That was popularized by Pharrell from the Neptunes. And just, this guy was the guy in the early mid-2000s, right? He was one of the guys.
I was going to say 90s, not the 90s.
Nah, it was like early mids.
Okay.
Early mids, like 05,
okay.
06, right? So the Clips had they run, and then his brother Malice found God. Oh. And he just leveled up, went that way. Okay. His brother continued to sell drugs and kill people on wax. And that's his claim to fame. He's the president, to my knowledge, of Good Music, right? So he got Kanye's cosign and all that good stuff. And like I said, he's a lyricist. Drake, similar to a Beyonce, similar to whomever, can deliver a product very well that is not an authentic product that they created 100%. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the OVO camp is very great at making hits and making product, but Push is like a fucking real MC. So when he gets on the Breakfast Club, he's speaking to that and saying like, we're not the same type of thing. Like he's a product, I'm an MC. I'm on this shit.
Okay, well,
and
I would
he's
agree.
not. Right. So having said that, with Drake's commercial success, with Pusha T having the streets behind him, and having an album that's coming out or just came out, you know what I'm saying? He got the joint called Daytona, a 7-track EP, what have you. Mm-hmm. He has absolutely, positively nothing to lose by coming at Drake's fucking head, who is way up here on the commercial success shit, and he comes out with Infrared. Infrared is talking about, it was written by Nas, but it was really written by Quentin. Shout out to Drake's ghostwriter. You know, he's just, taking these little subliminal shots. He said something about Wayne still needing to tour because Baby got him hemmed up, by the nuts and all that shit. And he's just taking shot. So I guess immediately after hearing Infrared, Drake comes back with Doopy Freestyle, and he kind of goes in on motherfucking Push. Said some shit about Ye. He's just going in about, nigga, you was third in command on the drug dealing shit. You ain't this, you ain't that. Fuck you mean. And invoiced Good Music on some, man, y'all owe me $50,000 for the additional streams I just got y'all, because nobody was checking for y'all shit until I said something about Pusha T. So I love that business move. I love that letting your nuts hang on the track. Huh? But then this nigga Pusha T comes back with the story of, I don't know how you pronounce it, Adidios or something. It's like a Hispanic boy's name. Adonis, Adonis, I don't know. But it's supposedly Drake's estranged son's
name
that lives in Mexico. And you know,
no, they didn't say Mexico.
He said something about border patrol in the lyrics, like nigga, you playing Homeland Security.
They said he lives
out of the country.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Out of the country.
I'm apologizing to Mexico. I didn't mean to put that on you.
Like,
but he lives somewhere.
Drake got money.
Right.
It was like Italy, Europe, somewhere like that.
That's even sexier. But they're saying that he's saying stay there, don't come here. I don't want people to know that I have this estranged child, blah, blah, blah. His mother is apparently a porn star, photography porn star. And I know bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. There's a difference. Somebody that just shows they twat. Like a Playboy girl. Yeah, Playboy.
Right, because he's not the only one that hit her.
Yeah, because I heard that they got this information from A$AP Rocky, right? So we've been very, very messy today on this, that, and third. But at the end of the day, this is good content. So then he comes out with the story of whatever his son's name is and uses the, the fucking minstrel cover art with Drake's. I thought it was a doctored up whatever, and they was like, no, that's an authentic picture of Drake really in this motherfucking, so it adds a layer to this shit where it's like, okay, music aside, nigga, what? And then once you explain that with the paragraph that you said, it's like, okay, now that you explain that a little bit, where's the music? So it's like Drake can't really win, and he got to come out with something so fucking hard, and I don't know if he has it compared to what Pusha T has. Like somebody else can write something for Drake and he can deliver some shit, but I don't know if he has anything authentic to give back to this nigga Push, who's giving him the best that he's got.
Well, I'm gonna say, Pusha T, continue to give the best that you've got, and Drake, continue to focus on winning. I mean, Pusha who?
And that's what I think his best move is no move at all. I think Drake should not respond. He's in over his head. The back-to-back shit is not finna work. You're waiting, like how we were waiting on Meek, we're waiting on Drake. And then that shit is gonna dud, because you're not gonna meet our expectation, let alone exceed it. Yeah. So I think his best response would be like, you know what? My bad for even responding in the first place. Just pay that invoice.
Little peon.
But Pusha T's streams are through the roof. They're through the fucking roof compared to where they would have been without this. So I appreciate, from a business perspective, his move, or Kanye's move, or Kris Jenner's move, whoever's engineering this shit and project managing this shit from the back. So I don't know. To be continued? Yeah. To be continued. But
again, I still don't like Pusha T isn't a big enough name, I think, especially for these millennials, to even really care that much. I mean, I think it will go down in like one of the rap beefs history.
But with rap beef history, like, where does it rank? Well, first of all, do you have a favorite rap beef of all time?
I don't have a favorite rap beef of all time, but my favorite diss track is Hit 'Em Up, Tupac. I'm a Tupac fan, and so that's like
Hit 'Em Up went hard, Z.
My favorite. And you can kind of groove with it.
Yeah, you can dance to it. You don't feel disrespectful towards Biggie. You just feel very in the moment with Pac. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would say.
I didn't know a lot of Jay-Z songs back in the day were diss songs. I mean, because in high school, that's all we listened to was Jay. Yeah. My thing is, if it had a beat, I was moving.
Yeah. They get you with the beat, and you ain't even fucking with the lyrics. That shit can be like, go upstairs, kill your mama. Okay, well, shit, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm killing the shit out of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? To the beat. Right. Like, why am I doing this? I liked Common versus Ice Cube. I liked Ice Cube versus NWA, though.
Okay, so I had never heard Common until today. I was like,
welcome.
Oh my God, Common. Like,
welcome.
This is
Check
amazing.
You out.
Nigga with an attitude named Q. Tried to step to the con with a few. What the fuck I look like this in the whole coast? You ain't made shit dope since America's most. Wanted to cease from the Midwest to the East. On the dick of the East for your first release. Your lease is up at the crib.
I like Ice Cube. I'm a Cube fan all day. And I like Common. But it was not. What I liked about their particular beef is I did hear how Cube made the comment about Common in his song, right? It was a very just on some, I don't like that you rapped about this, I'm gonna talk about you, you know, so it was simple. And then afterwards, they were able to work on Barbershop and continue to move on and make money. So I think that's what I liked about the beef. They were able to move on.
Yeah. I mean, I think after that Death Row Bad Boy shit and niggas start dying, I think everybody was kind of like, okay, it's not worth life. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to all the grown folks out there that can have a disagreement and not necessarily kill a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Kill a nigga on wax. Just kill a nigga on wax.
Remember the rapper Cannabis?
I definitely remember
He got into it with everybody.
He was smacking the shit out of LL, but it was one of those things where it didn't matter. It's very similar to Nas and Jay-Z because LL and Jay were such bigger celebrities than the people they were up against that they lost the battle and won the war. Okay. And it's unfortunate because Cannabis was one of the best lyricists out at that time, but you just up against Ladies Love, Cool James.
He wasn't commercialized.
He's not
enough.
commercial. He's not ready. I mean, he got into it with LL. For such a lover of women, he hates niggas because he got into it with Kool Moe Dee, Ice-T, and Cannabis. You know what I'm saying? And he's still on NCSI Miami. So shout out LL.
Living his best life.
We in the house. What about so Nas and Jay-Z? You know, Nas won that shit. Jay-Z came with Super Ugly, and that shit hurt. That's what this Pusha track, the story of
it did
Drake's
hurt.
son
I was listening to it.
Reminds me, it's very intimate, very very revealing. And then the nigga said it's gonna be a surgical summer. He's like, I'm just gonna peel this onion back all summer. So I think he has more to give as it pertains, like whether Drake responds or not is totally irrelevant. If Push is going to continue to push this motherfucking agenda.
He's trying to be relevant.
Yeah.
And who else to pick on right now than the hottest rapper?
It's lonely at the top, man.
And a lot of these rappers now aren't really MCs.
No, they're definitely not. They're rappers. What about, you remember Joe Budden came at Drake? Was you checking for that one?
No.
That was recent. That was more, 18 months ago. But
and I like Joe. Joe, just have a seat.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
But Drake didn't respond. What'd you think about the Meek versus
I'm
Drake?
glad he didn't. That's why I don't know about it.
Nah, but what'd you think about the Meek versus Drake? Because he responded to that nigga.
Oh, back to back. I loved it.
You loved that one?
But again, it's catchy. It's radio. You can listen to it on the radio. So I think, I'm not going to say for all women, but a lot of us, if we can dance to it, groove to it, really don't give a fuck what you're saying.
Right.
Now, after listening to so many times, we're going to pick up on the words, but that doesn't really matter.
That's secondary here. What last but not least, in terms of rap beefs, what about Remy Ma versus Nicki? Was you checking for that one? I know I got did it because of the copyright with the Ether track.
See, and I like Remy, but I felt like hers was too long.
Oh, very lengthy.
Girl.
She had a lot to say.
I
she must
don't
have wrote this while in prison.
That much time.
I don't have 8 minutes
Say
to listen
you
to you talk about Nicki. Yeah.
You know, and Nicki's was on the radio.
Oh, yeah. She was definitely getting spins.
So, I don't really like that one. It's not, I don't like that one.
Okay, last but not least, rap beef you would like to see. Oh, just two opposing forces in rap or music in general. Who would you like to see beef?
I would like to see, I want somebody to beef with, like, I don't know, a Ray Schmurder or Migos. Or
because they like supposed to be the two little groups.
Yeah, one of these young groups. Somebody beef with them and let's see how
they
respond.
No bars. It's like you have no bars.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see how
but Migos did do a Joe Budden diss called
that was a
Ice
song.
Traded Game.
Yeah.
Ice Traded Game.
Exactly.
That shit was trash. But I would love to see, I would love for motherfuckers to just call it what it is and have Nicki versus goddamn it, Cardi.
Kim. Oh.
Cardi! I would love to just see that play out and just be like, man, who
has bars?
I think Nicki got bars. I think Cardi got fans and popularity and just
her
swag.
Personality.
Her personality. So bars versus personality. And not to say that Cardi don't have bars at all, but I think Nicki, if she's writing her shit, she has more bars.
Yeah,
but I think the personality, the authenticity of Cardi is intangible. But to be continued. Maybe we'll never see that. Maybe we will.
But before we, get up
out of music,
Pusha T brought up Drake's Hush Baby. Let's talk about some other folks' Hush Baby.
Hush your mouth.
So Jay-Z has a Hush Baby.
Is it a boy or a girl? I think I heard of this.
It says a boy.
Yeah, that looks very similar to. It's like grown. Like this nigga's 20 something.
Is he? I don't know.
When I heard Jay-Z being associated with an estranged child, it was not a baby.
He might be older now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a baby.
Well, and the one that they really kept bringing up was D Wade's baby.
Oh.
The one he had on Gabrielle.
So recently.
Yeah.
So he has babies by his ex-wife. He goes into a relationship with Gabby before he figures out if this is going to work. Baby.
Yeah, I don't know if it was before they was married or after, but he has a baby, and they pay her tons of millions of dollars to not say anything, come in the limelight,
shut your mouth,
speak about it, anything.
Man, so how do we know about it? I feel like that's a wasted investment.
We
know anyway. Like, why would you be paying her if we still know about it?
But I think it's not because of her. She hasn't, people gonna report it and investigate.
Motherfuckers gonna talk.
So, but she can't say anything. I don't know.
She got a gag order, but she can't necessarily slide a nigga a note.
I'll stack that money and be like,
what, baby?
Who has a better deal?
Right. That shit crazy.
You can't keep me hushed. And then why would you want to do that?
Why?
Why would you want to hush your baby?
I think it's a branding thing. I think it's an immaturity thing. I think it's we give too much of a fuck, and I said it earlier.
What people think.
We give zero fucks here on this and the third. But I think that when you reach a certain level of fame and status and celebrity, you care what other people think, and you think it will taint your brand. I don't think there's really much that could taint a brand these days. Like, people are so under a microscope, so flawed, and those flaws are being exposed at an alarming rate, that our expectations are so low for our celebrities.
I feel like
live your life, man.
I feel like that as the wives of those two people, Beyonce and Gabrielle. I don't know if I could be married to somebody
that would be on that,
and they have a hush baby, and I know about it.
Right.
I know. And why aren't you bringing this child involved with our other kids?
Right.
Like, I would just, as a woman, that I would feel bad, and I don't know if I could just let that be. Aside from my insecurities or how I feel about what he did, it's a baby, and
now,
I would want them to be a part.
It's not, because their babies when they're babies, and if you miss those formative years, and you made a terrible decision by missing out on those formative years and paying this hush money, and now they're adolescents, tweens, teens, and now it becomes a point where this nigga don't even know you. So now, motherfucker knows that you done paid his mom to shut up and act like he didn't exist or she didn't exist. Now you're gonna try to be a father because you have a wife that thinks you should. It's like, man, that's gone.
No, I agree with that.
That's gone.
But in the case of D. Wade and Gabrielle, there's still time. That baby ain't.
That's subjective.
And
how old is that baby relatively? How old do you think that baby is? 4?
Maybe 5.
Maybe 4 or 5. In 2018, 4 or 5 is 30.
No, you still got time. Still got time.
I don't know.
Fix it.
What say you? Don't have side babies. That's how you fix it.
Yeah, that too.
That's how you fix it. Abort. And I'm not an advocate of abortion, but I'm just saying if you didn't want to have a baby.
No, she probably did. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to get pregnant by Jay-Z and D. Wade and not have the baby.
And therein lies the problem. Ladies and gentlemen,
therein
lies the problem.
I'm just saying.
So the mom is just as culpable as the celebrity father.
But the celebrity fathers have more to lose. So keep your dick in your pants. Figure that out. Okay, moving on.
Fires?
On your day off, Craig.
What the fuck, Craig? But we ain't talking about Craig. Who we talking about?
Rosanne, fat ass.
Rosanne Thickums McGee.
Yes.
What has she done now?
She has been fired from ABC. They let her show go. They let her go because of her most recent tweet. So she tweeted, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals VJ, in reference to Valerie Jarrett, which was one of the young ladies who worked on the Obama administration.
True. Also true, have you seen Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Have you seen The Leading Lady Monkey?
Yes.
Have you seen VJ?
Yes.
Do you see similarities between the two? And that is my thing. Like, when somebody says something and it's funny and it's like if you said it in a roast session and you wasn't Roseanne, that shit would have been hilarious. Like, why can't Roseanne say that? Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just asking why.
I'm about to tell you why she can't say it.
Please, inform me.
You can't say it, one, because you have a show on television.
You have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose.
Right? You've already put on a Nazi, dressed up as a Nazi, burning Jew cookies, right? You've already sang the national anthem and spit on the afterwards, like, fuck
grabbing
the anthem,
crotch,
right?
I believe, too.
You've done so many things, and everybody know you're a Trump supporter, so you already got these things lined up against you. Right. So if you think because you're white and entitled that you can just say what the fuck you want, that's why you fired.
Right.
Because no, you can't, because Michelle Wolf at the correspondent dinner, the White House correspondent dinner, they went in on her for making jokes about everybody in the administration, right? And all of those conservatives were pissed. So what makes you think you can do it? They can't. The NFL can ban protests. Oh, but you can have free speech.
Right.
They banned the Blackish episode talking about the NFL protests.
Didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, they blocked that, but you can say what you want. No, the fuck you can, man.
Right.
And, let me finish. President of ABC, black woman, just makes it so much sweeter.
Oh, my stars. Wakanda forever.
Makes it so much sweeter. Fight her ass. And
But she was the one that was advocating for the reboot. Yeah.
So it wasn't like she wasn't a Rosanne supporter.
Right.
She was all about it. But it's like,
My
when's
kindness
enough?
has limits.
Enough.
Yeah. I'll say this. The thing I agree with is the freedom of speech aspect in regards to you don't have to tweet everything you think.
Yeah.
If I'm finna roast a motherfucker and it's gonna be like maybe controversial as fuck, I might say that shit off camera.
Yeah.
Right? I might just say it to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tweet it. I'm not gonna post about it without the ban. Right? But more importantly, I think that it does a disservice to the entire cast of Rosanne, who hasn't worked since Rosanne. Got their teeth already, their mouth already for some orange juice, and it ain't but a swallow left in the container. These motherfuckers got their show back. Same cast, same everything. NBC, primetime, whole nine, they getting their bag back on. Just got renewed for the second season. And she does this, and she's going to be straight with this money or without this money. She would have been richer with the money, but she's rich already. The supporting cast is not as rich, and they have a lot more to lose because of her antics. That's why I think it's very impressive that Darlene, Sarah Gilbert, I believe, the brunette daughter, came out and was like, what? We don't fuck with that shit. I kept hearing
And
a lot of people, that was Wanda Sykes, I believe, that quit.
And Sarah quit.
Oh, before the show even?
Wanda quit before because she was a
So
writer.
that's another reason to not renew, because you're not going to have your original cast. They already switched Becky out when it was the original shit, and that shit didn't work. Now, I mean, I ain't gonna say it didn't work, but we noticed.
Yeah,
we
we
noticed.
noticed.
Fresh Prince and fucking Roseanne, we noticed. But then you got cast members that are dropping. Now, how you gonna write that into the storyline? How you gonna explain that? Not to say it couldn't be done, but it's unnecessary because you're doing some real life, some shit in real life that has real world and sitcom implications. I think it's just unfair to her cast, i.e. her family, who they've been sucking off her teat for like years, and then just got back to it.
Sarah Gilbert is on the talk, so she has checks.
I'm talking about in general.
The son quit because he responded to her tweet too.
But DJ hasn't worked since
Yeah,
Roseanne.
apparently he is okay.
Not Tom. You said what?
Apparently he's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, what's his name?
The dad?
Arnold.
Dan?
No, not Arnold. Dan Connor. What's his name in real life, though? Dan Connor's real
He
name.
hasn't responded. I just read something saying the reason he hadn't responded was he was just saying he doesn't think that anything he says will make it better. It will just make it worse.
Right.
But her ex-husband, Tom Arnold,
yeah, that's that
said
name
he's
I'm
not
thinking of.
surprised. He said, yeah,
He
I'm not
knows
surprised.
he ain't on shit. This bitch ain't on shit.
That's who she is in real life. So he wasn't.
What about
surprised.
Jackie? She ain't worked since Scream 2.
She won an Oscar for Lady Bird.
Okay.
So she
The
is
motherfucker's
working. She has a check. The people I feel bad for is the crew, the production crew. I do feel bad for them, especially if there are any minorities that will work in the crew, because you look for those good gigs. You plan out your year around certain gigs. So
especially
that's
having just been renewed for season 2.
That's unfortunate.
That's
but,
the messed up part.
I don't feel bad at all.
Now I don't feel bad, but I do feel like Shorty kind of looks like a monkey a little bit in that movie.
But she can't say it.
She can't say that. I can. Yeah. She looks like the monkey was light skinned and had the same haircut as her.
She can't say it.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's a lesson learned. Hopefully the pendulum is swinging back towards equality.
Get this. So President Trump calls the president of Disney. So he
owns ABC?
He tried to call her boss, Channing, the president of ABC, the female. He basically tried to call her boss and say, hey, what's going on? How can we work this out? You have nothing. You're the president. Stop
Bigger fish to fry,
interfering
bro.
in content
You have
stuff.
bigger fish to fry.
TV. Yeah, mind your business. Yeah. Like the NFL obviously is scared of you, but come on, you can't control. Disney is not going to go for that.
Right.
Come on now. Disney is huge. They're not.
No.
So I'm glad.
Any closing thoughts in terms of this Roseanne situation? Like, what can we learn from this? What should people be able to take away from it? What say
I
you?
think you have to learn that you you can't say everything that you're thinking on Twitter and think that there are going to be no repercussions. Whether you white, black, I'll say this across the board for everybody, but especially white people. You can't keep saying what the fuck you want to say and on Twitter, on whatever, and think that nothing is going to happen.
I would say this, there's strength in numbers because the popular people, the celebrities, the famous people are not the ones that are being the judge and jury for these people that are being, you know, taken to the goddamn pendulum, what's it called, the guillotine, having their heads chopped off. It's us, the consumer. So if you cannot understand the power that you have as a consumer, like how we say stay woke, go vote, every time you spend your motherfucking dollar, you're voting. Every time you tweet or share or comment, you're voting. Every time you tune in to a show. You're voting. So know what power that you have and that we have as a collective to get exactly what we want on television, on iTunes, on whatever different mediums we consume content on, because we the wave. They just a representation of what the fuck we voted for. So if there's anything that you don't agree with that's on the airwaves, anything that you don't agree with that's being popularized, do something about it. Get your people together and exercise your right to vote monetarily and social media wise. That's my last thought.
I agree. Well, you know, I said I wasn't watching Roseanne.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, man. I stood by that shit. And I used to love Roseanne, Lombard, New York. I fucked with the shit.
I am not going for anything anymore.
Yeah,
period.
Put her foot down. Okay. Well, that about wraps us up for this dope episode of this week's episode of This, That, and the Third, lifestyle show that gives you life, literally. And we thank y'all for tuning in and turning up with us. As always, man, be sure to check us out on all social media platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, IG, and iTunes and SoundCloud by searching This, That, and the Third with the third spell I like the Roman numeral 3. It's your boy Calvin Leroy King the third. My lovely co-host is with the Moses, Miss Reese PC, the one and only, and we are the undisputed king and queen of Chicago podcast. Check us out.